Have you ever felt like you're just drowning in a sea of paperwork? That feeling that processing invoices is just a total mind-numbing grind? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden costs of doing things the old-fashioned way. And more importantly, we're going to explore a really powerful solution that can literally save businesses millions.
Yeah, does that sound a little too familiar? For so many businesses out there, this isn't just some abstract question. It's the daily reality. That constant battle, wading through endless stacks of invoices, trying to keep the finances in order. It's a huge pain point. But what if I told you that that feeling of exhaustion is way more than just an inconvenience? It's actually a symptom of a much, much deeper and way more expensive problem.
Okay, so first up, let's really dig into the problem itself. We're talking about the manual invoicing process, that daily grind of data entry. And it's not just tedious work, it's a massive operational bottleneck that quietly, sneakily slows everything down, opens the door for all kinds of errors, and just drains resources right out of your company. And that daily grind, it creates this perfect storm of problems. Think about it. One tiny typo during data entry can spiral into a huge payment dispute. Slow processing means you're chasing people for approvals for weeks, you're risking late fees, and you're damaging relationships with your suppliers. And when you had no central view of everything, an invoice can just vanish. Poof! For businesses with high volumes, like in logistics or retail, this isn't just a little messy. It's a recipe for total chaos.
So, we've talked about the day-to-day frustrations, but these aren't just headaches, right? They really add up. Let's translate all of that operational drag into a concrete and, frankly, an alarming financial number.
Let's try to put a number on this. I want you to just take a second and really think about this question. For a company that processes about 1 million invoices a year, which is pretty standard for a mid to large business, what do you think the actual true financial damage is? Not just paying your people, but everything, the whole shebang.
There it is, $5.9 million. That's the potential loss every single year. You see, this isn't some small leak in the budget. It's a massive hole in the boat. This number is the total cost of all that inefficiency, all those errors, and all those penalties. And it all stems from doing things by hand.
So where on earth does a number that huge come from? Well, when you break it down, it's pretty eye-opening. The vast majority, a staggering $5 million, is just the pure cost of labor. Seriously, think about it. If it costs you just $5 in staff time to handle one invoice, multiply that by 1 million, and boom, you're there. Then you tack on $500,000 in late payment penalties because approvals are so slow, and another $400,000 just fixing the human errors that are bound to happen. It's not one thing, it's a total cascade of costs.
But here's the good news. It absolutely does not have to be this way. Now we get to turn to the solution, automation. And this isn't just about getting some new software. It's about a fundamental shift in how your business works, giving you a clear path away from those massive losses and straight towards real, measurable efficiency.
The difference between these two worlds is just stark. On one side, you've got the slow, error-prone, costly manual process. And on the other, a fast, super accurate system that gives you real-time insight into everything. It's basically the difference between a system that's working against you and one that's working for you.
And the advantages here, they're really transformative. You're not just speeding up approvals, you're actually improving your cash flow, and you can even start capturing those early payment discounts. But the biggest win might just be for your team. By getting rid of that mind-numbing data entry, you free up your people to focus on the strategic work that actually pushes the business forward.
Okay, so how does this all actually happen? It might sound like some complex, futuristic magic, but the process is surprisingly straightforward. Let's break it down and see how automation takes your workflow from total chaos to complete control in just 4 simple, logical steps.
It all kicks off with step 1, capture. The system automatically grabs invoices in any format. It doesn't matter if it's a digital file, a PDF in an email, or even a paper scan. It then uses smart tech like OCR, that's optical character recognition, to read and pull out all the important info. No typing needed. Step 2, it does a crucial match. Third, if it all lines up, the invoice is automatically sent for approval. And finally, the system schedules the payment. It's simple, it's clean, and it's just incredibly effective.
So I mentioned that three-way matching, right? What is that? Well, it's basically the secret sauce that makes automation so accurate. The system checks the invoice from your supplier against the purchase order your team made and the proof that you actually received the goods. If all 3 of those documents line up perfectly, you know the bill is legit and accurate. It's the ultimate automated fact checker for your finances.
All right, let's bring this all home. We've seen the problem, we've seen the jaw-dropping cost, and we've seen the elegant solution. Now let's talk about what really matters, the transformative impact that making this shift can have on your business starting today.
So what's the bottom line here? Look, this is about so much more than just saving a few bucks on fees and errors. This is about building a more resilient, more efficient, and more trustworthy business. You get to empower your team, you strengthen your supplier relationships with on-time payments, and you gain total command and visibility over your finances. You're turning a huge cost center into a genuine strategic advantage.
And that really leaves us with one final powerful question to think about. After everything we've looked at today, you really have to ask yourself, is your current invoice process an asset that's helping your business grow, or is it a multi-million-dollar liability that's holding you back? The answer could change everything.